She talking about washing her vagina. Should she wash? Should she wash? As you see, and Muhammad, he claimed that the orgasm of the women is the reason for the baby to resemble his mother. Mimi Hijab is doing his best to fix it, but he make it more worse. But hold on. Mimi Hijab will not stop here until he screw his prophet with a screwdriver. I just noticed here, actually, it says the same topic. If we go down here, it says about the ribs, you know, where the semen and the sperm is coming from. So number 24 in the minute 41 and 2 seconds, it says, does the Quran say sperm come from between the backbone and the ribs? And look, the stupid, he just said it doesn't mean semen, it doesn't mean a sperm, and now he is using the word sperm. People, do you see the stupidity of this monkey? So in the previous, the video we are playing right now, he is saying it doesn't say semen. The Quran never mentioned the word semen. Are you with me? The Quran, he was saying the Quran never said the word semen. He just, because those videos, he made them in part, not in one day, you know, and then they put them together. So the donkey, he forgot what he said, that he denied the Quran saying semen, and now he is saying in the moment 41, does the Quran say sperms come from between the backbone and the ribs? So nutfa was not a semen, never said semen. Now the word, and he said that mean water, water. But when we go to that chapter here, we will see that it says water. He himself is the one who translated as a sperm. Let us go there and laugh together.
Today, inshallah, we're going to be talking about a verse which is littered all over these kind of anti-Islamic websites.
Anti-Islamic website, brother. Ah, what I did. Sorry.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hold on.
Today, inshallah, we're going to be talking about a verse which is littered all over these kind of anti-Islamic websites. This is in chapter 86, verse number 7, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانِ مِمَّا خُلِقَ مِنْ مَاءٍ دَافِقٍ يَخْرُجُ مِنْ بَيْنِ الصُّلْبِ وَالتَّرَائِبِ. That let human beings see where he has been, from what he has been created. He has been created from a secreted or a gushing fluid that comes from, or that he comes from, and we'll talk about the differences in translation.
Now, I hope now he will not scratch his head no more lies. Focus with me, people, focus with me. Focus with me, Muslims, and see how this stupid idiot, he just got his prophet busted again. The same Quran, the same story about the creation, just the video before it, in the same video, he denied that the Quran is speaking about semen ever. The Quran just say water, little water. Doesn't say semen. Now he is saying it is semen.
بين الصلب والترائب, between the backbone and the ribs. And obviously here, صلب والترائب is translated in more than one way, and we'll come to this. The contention is that this is actually unscientific, because we know that spermiogenesis happens in the testicles, and it doesn't happen between the backbones and the ribs, for example. And the assumption obviously is that what is being referred to in the verse when it says ma'in dafiq is sperm, and therefore this verse is out of line with observable reality, and it's a proof against Islam. This is the contention. So let's deal with one thing at a time. First and foremost, what does the words sulb and tara'ib actually mean. So there are three opinions which are represented in the classical literature and the dictionaries. Either we're talking about the backbone and the ribs of the man, or we're talking about the backbones of the ribs and the backbones of the man and the ribs of the woman, or we're talking about the backbone and the ribs of the woman, and we're not talking about the secreted liquid or the secreted fluids, but instead we're talking about the insan, the human being himself. Because the verse says, فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانِ مَا خُلِقَ, let the human being see from which, or from that which he has been created. خُلِقَ مِن مَاءٍ دَافِقٍ, he has been created from a gushing or secreted fluid. يَخْرُجُ مِن بَيْنِ الصُّلْبِ وَالتَّرَائِبِ, which comes from between the backbone and the ribs. Now, could it mean that the human being, يعني فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانِ مِمَّا خُلِقَ, let the human being see where he is being created from. خُلِقَ مِن مَاءٍ دَافِقٍ, and taqdeer here is خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانِ مِن مَاءٍ دَافِقٍ, that the insan was created from ماء دافق, secreted fluid. يخرج من بين يخرج الإنسان يعني من بين الصلب والترائب, that the insan, it comes.
Look how they changed the meaning. The Quran saying that the human being come from between the backbone and the ribs. This is what the Quran is saying. Simple. The Quran is not saying that there is a sperm coming from the backbone and the ribs. No. But the verse says, gushing fluid, ma'in dafiq. Let us go to the hadith and see what ma'in dafiq mean, and get Mimi Hijab busted again. As usual. Here we go. Ma'in dafiq. What ma'in dafiq mean? We will see in a minute. Let us see. Where it's mention of a man, whenever you done a mission on when a man he kisses his wife, and if a man he kisses his wife, a mission occur that only have sacrifice an animal. So here they are talking about ma'in dafiq, but in translation is not shows as it is. But here this is the word ma'in dafiq. Ma'in dafiq. If a man he come to his wife and there is no emission of or ejaculation, that was ma'in dafiq. Ma'in dafiq is ejaculation. It's not even about a human being, your donkey, coming from the women. It's about ejaculation. It says in the Quran in front of you, it is a water gushing forth. When a human being he come out, he come as water gushing forth, or this is the orgasm. Let us go here. And the funny is, this guy, he is the same one who says, in the beginning he says, why those people don't go and see what the interpretation go? Why those people don't go and read any tafsir, what they say? Suddenly he don't want to see tafsir. He don't want to show you any tafsir, because tafsir will get him busted. Chapter 86, verse number 6. It says, he's created from water gushing forth. It's not. What is gushing forth is the water. Who is the one that's proceeding? The water. Suddenly Mimi Hijab, he tried to fix it. He make it, oh, this is about the human being, the baby. He is gushing forth. Let us go and see Ibn Kathir, the one, Mimi Hijab himself, he asked me last time I spoke to him, this is the only time, he will not dare to make it happen again. He said, Ibn Kathir says that, Ibn Kathir? Let us go and see what Ibn Kathir he said about that, and now Mimi Hijab, he will wash the face of Ibn Kathir with his ass. Let us see. Chapter 86, verse number 6. So suddenly the Muhammadan, they have totally different interpretation for the Quran. All of this is the purpose is to find a way to duct tape the stupid Quran. So let us see what Ibn Kathir said. Let the human being see how is it created. This is alerting the man weakness of the origin which he was created. The intent of it is to guide man to accept the reality that the hereafter, because whoever is able to begin the creation, then he can also repeat the creation. Okay, and then he says, explain the verse. He created the water gushing, he is created from water gushing forth, meaning the sexual fluid that comes out bursting forth from both the man and the women. Mimi Hijab, peace upon her, made it that the one is gushing forth is the baby. The human being come out from between the backbone and the ribs. But the Quran is saying that the backbone is the backbone of the man and the ribs is the ribs of the women. And the water is gushing forth. So the Quran assumes that women have a sperm coming from their ribs and men, they have a sperm coming from their backbone. And I find it very funny that Mimi Hijab, he agreed that, yes, you know, it cannot be that sperm is coming from the backbone. It cannot be that a sperm is coming from the ribs. And he is the same person in the same video he mentioned, when we mentioned about this guy, who the atheist who spoke to the Muslims, he said, why he don't go and open any tafsir? If he open any tafsir, he will find the answer. The question now, where Mimi Hijab he get tafsir, his tafsir from? As long you are asking them to get their tafsir, are you now a mufassir? Are you now a scholar of the scholars? Are you now more educated than Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, Al-Jalalain, etc.? Is Ibn Kathir the one who make tea and coffee for you, Mimi Hijab, and you send him to buy you falafel when you are doing your studies? So in order to cover the stupidity, we fabricate something is not there. In the same here, let us see if there's anything connected. I'm trying to connect all the stories he mentioned about the baby creation. This is a semen, the sperm coming from between the backbone. Oh, we got him busted, we know already. Okay. This is again about the baby creation. So I'm trying to play them together so we can laugh. In the minute. And 2 hours and 16 minutes and 52 seconds. Number 9. Does Quran word alaqa only mean congealed blood? Let us connect all those together so we can come with the conclusion and the Quran science about how the baby is made.
Inshallah, today what we're going to be talking about is something which relates to the subject.
I love it that you grow, you know, I mean, you play the video before it, he have no hair. The video after it, he have long hair. The video before it, he have no hair. I mean, this guy, he have a wig. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so what the subject?
Of Quran and embryology. And a particular contention which people have, which is that the Quran allegedly says, according to these detractors, that I've seen their material on anti-Islamic websites, that the Quran, that the human being is made up from a congealed clot of blood, and we know from embryological study that that is not the case. And they say the word alaqa, which is the operative word, the important word, it doesn't mean to cling or to be attached to something, which is what many Muslims of today say, which they say is a superimposition of modern scientific jargon into the vocabulary of the Quran. So let's deal with these two contentions one by one. The first thing I'm going to be dealing with, inshallah, is the second thing I've just mentioned, which is the fact that this word alaqa cannot mean something which clings or something which is attached to something else. And that in the vast commentarial tradition and the vast exegetical tradition for 1,400 years, this meaning was unknown to medieval scholars, and this meaning was not used in this way to indicate attachment or connection. The truth of the matter is that is false. That, in fact, medieval scholars from the very early days of Islam were mentioning in their treatises, in their dictionaries, and in their exegetical and commentarial works that, in fact, alaqa does mean to be attached to or connected to. So I'll give you one or two examples. Ibn al-Jawzi, he says this, and he was a 6th century scholar. Al-Asfahani, who...
Let us see first one by one. Remember, this guy, he went to all the Muslim scholars, and then he said, Ibn al-Jawzi. Ibn al-Jawzi. So, Muhammadan, if I go right now and look at what Ibn al-Jawzi said, we should find that Ibn al-Jawzi did not say ever that it is dead blood. Who is a Muslim would like to call me live on air and read for me what Ibn al-Jawzi said? I'm going to open Ibn al-Jawzi. This is your Islamic website. And whatever Ibn al-Jawzi say, we will take. Who is a Muhammadan? He want to get Muhammad hijab busted with no mercy. And tell us what Ibn al-Jawzi said. Any Muhammadan? You know, I think that Mimi Hijab, when he did make this video, he knew that the Muslims is the one who will watch it. And if there's non-Muslims, they don't know even who is this guy Ibn al-Jawzi. Where we going? Where are we going to find him? Even where to read his book? And if we find it's going to be in Arabic. I would like to call Mimi Hijab, if he dare, to tell me what Ibn al-Jawzi said. What if I show you, and I show everybody here, that Ibn al-Jawzi, he said that it is a dead blood, and it is a solid blood, not only dead blood. Let me open Ibn al-Jawzi. This is Ibn al-Jawzi. Mimi Hijab, he says, as an example, there is scholars who explain this word. It doesn't mean dead blood. It doesn't mean blood at all. It means something is hanging. Yes, brother. And he lied and he said they are from the 6th century. Those are people from the 11th century. And you are a fraud. And this is Ibn al-Jawzi. Let us see what he said. Actually, Ibn al-Jawzi, he got you busted in two things. You said that nutfa does not mean sperm. Ibn al-Jawzi, he said, النطفة فهي المني. It is a semen. والعلقة دم عبيط جامد. العلقة is a dead blood. The monkey, he is the one who asked me to open the book of Al-Jawzi, Ibn al-Jawzi, not me. I mean, from all the scholars, he is sure now, he decided, he looked all around, where I can find. So he looked for someone, nobody can find him. This is the website of Ibn al-Jawzi. All of you open it. Open it in Google browser, so you can click at Google Translation. You can switch to Google Translation. After you open the website, I want you to click in the right side of the page. You see, the page have like a different format. Like there's a window here, scroll by itself, and the Quran at the top is fixed. You see? So let us see if that will work. I don't know if that will work. Translate to English. If not, I will find different page. Here we go. We read it from the top. Is it a blood, and it's a solid blood? Remember, he is the one who said that it doesn't say anywhere semen. So here it says semen. Here the translation saying lump of a blood. The Arabic says solid blood, which means dead. Jamid. Anyone who speak Arabic, he knew. Jamid. Let me show it to you again. This is the word jamid. So Mimi Hijab, peace be upon her, she decided to go to a book, and this book is going to explain to us that they are lying. The enemy of Allah, they are saying it is dead blood, it is solid blood. No. I will show you someone from the 6th century. Liar, he is from the 11th century. When he said 6th century, is just to deceive you, to make you believe this is from the time of Muhammad, the earliest. Look like this guy he made tafsir of the Quran before the Quran. Because in the 6th century, Muhammad don't have a book yet. This is the 6th century of Islam, which means the year 1100 something. However, this idiot, he choose for us a book, agree about two things. He said it doesn't say sperm, and as you see, it says a sperm. He said it doesn't say that CP. That turned to be, it says that CP. Do you see it, people? Any Muslim can tell me how stupid this idiot? And this is the guy who did the study to show us how to refute? Same time, as long we prove now from the book of his choice. Remember, can he now say, I don't accept Al-Jawzi? Can Mimi Hijab say, Al-Jawzi is a donkey? You are quoting him because you are trying to prove your case by getting a scholar from the 6th century, brother. Can you now deny that you got yourself busted in everything you said? You lie, you said the Quran never mentioned the word semen, but Ibn al-Jawzi, he said semen. Let us go back to the video. So first reference, he said, we got him busted with it. Did you guys get the reference? People, did you get the link? Did we get the link? If there's anyone did not get the link, don't ask me later for the link. May Allah link you. This is the link again. Save it. And go to Mimi Hijab and show him how stupid you are. Christian Prince got you busted. You thought nobody will go after what you said? Well, we are here to laugh at you, at your prophet. So now we prove, actually, as long as this is the scholar he approved, we prove Islam to be false, because he himself, Mimi Hijab, agreed that this cannot be true. If this is true, this is a scientific mistake. Let us go back to Mimi Hijab. May Allah bless her. She has given us all the jewels you can imagine. Who can deny the jewels of Mimi Hijab? So it was where to start from the beginning again. Okay, here we go.
Inshallah, today what we're going to be talking about is something which relates to the subject of Quran and embryology, and a particular contention which people have, which is that the Quran allegedly says, according to these detractors, that I've seen their material on anti-Islamic websites, that the Quran, that the human being is made up from a congealed clot of blood, and we know from embryological study that that is not the case. And they say,
people, be my witness. Did he say that is not the case? And isn't it him who chose Ibn al-Jawzi? And isn't it Ibn al-Jawzi, he said, well, this is now what it is. It is dead blood. Before I continue with more reference he will give us, let us go and see the hadith. Look like Mimi Hijab, he knew better than his prophet. When we read the hadith, how Muhammad explained how Allah, he created the baby. What the hadith says. First of all, Muhammad, he claimed that you are collected as semen in your mother belly for 40 nights. Maybe this is the case for me. I don't think this is the case for everybody, because I have special skills and look like Allah was taking a lot of time to create me, if he is the creator. So 40 days inside your mother belly and you are collected as what? As a semen. But this is not what we are talking about. We are talking about the blood. Look what the Muslim translation is saying. Look like the Muslims are the anti-Islam too. He said he saw that the anti-Islamic phobic people saying it's a clot of blood. Remember, the one who said that is the anti-Islam. But this is the hadith of his prophet, and this is the Muslim website, and this is their translation. It is now a clot of blood. The question here to Mimi Hijab, who her hair is growing, short in hair, short in growing, I don't know, it's a miracle how this happened. Why the Muslims are saying it's a congealed blood if it is not? Can you explain to me? Are they helping us? Are they taking our side? Are they making things up? Is the Muslims Islamophobic too? Maybe the Muslims are anti-Islam. Maybe, you know, the owners of Islamic website, all of them, they are anti-Muhammad. Something fishy, brother, you know. So, not only that, if we go to the translation, we will see the Muslim translated as a congealed blood too. Remember, he saw that translation in the anti-Muslim videos. Absolutely false. This is not what Islam teaches, brother. But isn't this your Islamic translation? Let us see who is the one who translates that. Look, this guy is a Christian. His name is Muhammad Hilali and Muhammad Khan. Double Muhammad. Double Muhammad, they translate the Quran. They come with double cloth. So the anti-Islamic brother, they are lying, saying it is a piece of thick coagulated blood, when nowhere it mentioned that. It's a lie. It's a lie. Sometime I can fly. The Muslims, they think they can fly with their lies. And then the Muslim, they look at the comment underneath, and the Muslim says, praise be to Allah, brother, for having you. You refuted them all. You got them busted. Brother, you did the great job, brother. And if you finished them. Did you just say Ibn al-Jawzi? Here we go, Ibn al-Jawzi got them busted. Brother, do you have more reference beside Ibn al-Jawzi? Oh, yeah. You think, only I have Ibn al-Jawzi, you are kidding me? Listen, I will give you more.
The word alaqa, which is the operative word, the important word, it doesn't mean to cling or to be attached to something, which is what many Muslims of today say, which they say is a superimposition of modern scientific jargon into the vocabulary of the Quran. So let's deal with these two contentions one by one. The first thing I'm going to be dealing with, inshallah, is the second thing I've just mentioned, which is the fact that this word alaqa cannot mean something which clings or something which is attached to something else. And
Potato, you are the one who said that the word nutfa is a water. And no, you are your donkey. You are saying, they are trying to convince us, the Quran saying that nutfa, which is water, is a clinking in something? That's what you are trying to say? And then you quote for us Ibn al-Jawzi. This is telling us that you never opened the book of al-Jawzi. Maybe you never have it. Somebody told you. In fact, I am 100% sure that you never had the book of al-Jawzi, because if you have it, you will read it. If you read it, you will never mention it. There is no way a person will mention such a book, and he did read it. Stupidity is amazing. Oh boy. Let us see the second reference he have.
And that in the vast commentarial tradition and the vast exegetical tradition for 1,400 years, this meaning was unknown to medieval scholars, and this meaning was not used in this way to indicate attachment or connection. The truth of the matter is that is false. That, in fact, medieval scholars from the very early days of Islam were mentioning in their treatises, in their dictionaries, and in their exegetical and commentarial works, that in fact, alaqa does mean to be attached to or connected to. So I'll give you one or two examples. Ibn al-Jawzi, he says this, and he was a 6th century scholar. Al-Asfahani, who has a dictionary talking about the mufradat of the Quran, or the singular words of the Quran, he also mentions that one of the meanings of the word alaqa is something to be attached to sahibuhu, to its companion. So something to be attached to something else.
You know, the funny is that the word alaqa, it's called alaqa simply because it is attached. But this is not the question. The word alaqa is a given description for blood and blood only. When you hurt yourself, you have a blood attached to your skin. If you wash it when it's still fresh, you can do that. But the more you give it time, the more this blood will make a alaqa. And the Quran saying it clearly that semen become a alaqa, not aliq. The semen itself become, it's a transformation. If you remember, we opened the Quran for you. Let us see here. It says, we made the nutfa into a clot. So what become a clot? The nutfa. Mimi Hijab, he says that the nutfa is not semen, it's water. Al-Jawzi, the same scholar he mentioned, he said it is a semen. And I wonder why he don't want to quote Al-Jawzi for semen too. And that nutfa, which is the semen, but if we take it as Mimi Hijab, he said it's just water, that water become a clot, between two brackets, a piece of thick conjugated blood. We can change the translator. We are not choosing our, I'm just randomly, let us say Khattab. I'm just using Islamic translation. A clinging clot of a blood that developed clot into the lump. And here you ask yourself, why every Islamic translation saying what Mimi Hijab trying to fight? The answer is very simple. Because it's already proven to be false. So how we can accept something false? We have to duct tape. I'm just switching translation from one to one randomly. I don't know what will come next. Remember, he said nowhere it says semen, but as you see, the Muslim, they keep saying semen. Yusuf Ali. Let us see what Yusuf Ali is saying. We made the sperm into a clot of a congealed blood. But Mimi Hijab, he noticed those things happen only in anti-Islamic websites. So it turned to be that all Muslim scholars are anti-Islamic website. What if I go right now and see what Ibn Kathir is saying, or Al-Qurtubi, or Al-Jalalain? Are the anti-Islamic website, chapter 23, verse number 14. This is Ibn Kathir. And ask yourself, if you are a Mohammedan, who you want to talk? Someone in YouTube, or the ones they themselves, they ask you to open. When he start his video, he is the one who asked you, he asked this guy, the atheist who met with the kids, why you did not open the tafsir? Huh? Why you did not open the tafsir? Why? You did that on purpose, don't you? You don't want to open the tafsir, but it turned to be he is the one who don't want to open the tafsir. And he started giving us his own tafsir. And now, if we see what Ibn Kathir is saying, is Mimi Hijab going to say he is anti-Islamic, he is Islamophobic? What he will say? Let us read what Ibn Kathir is saying. And we made the nutfa, which is the water gushing forth, that come out of the line of the man, which is the backbones actually, i.e. the back, and the ribs of the women, i.e. the bones of her chest. And then it become a red clot. Ikramah, he said, this is a blood. Mimi Hijab is telling you that you have it wrong. You are listening to the anti-Islamic, phobic, demonic, sick people who hate Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. This is Ibn Kathir. And we can show you the same from Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, Al-Jalalain. It turned to be that all of them, they are wrong, and now we are in trouble, so we need to find an exit. We need to find an exit. So let us go back to the video of Mimi Hijab, may Allah bless her, so the comedy will continue. Okay. Give us more reference, please. I will try not to stop him. so we can listen to more.
To be connected to it. So this is a specious and uninformed claim, quite frankly. I'm quite surprised, I'll be honest, that these individuals who are making these claims didn't do themselves the academic justice.
See? They did not do the academic justice. They did not do the academic justice. Ibn Kathir, Ibn al-Jawzi, the one he chose for us, they did not do the academic justice. Al-Qurtubi, Al-Jalalain, Ibn Hummus, Ibn Falafel, Ibn Mut'a, all of them, they did not do the academic justice. The guy who kept sniffing his nose, he is the one who did academic justice. Tell us more.
Of looking at these medieval books, or they were foolish enough to think that we were not going to do that. Indeed, these meanings are there, they are codified, they are written, and they exist.
Really?
Now, the second contention is, they say, well, okay, let's give it to you. It could mean to be attached to or connected to something, which will go in line with modern embryonic understanding of the embryo being attached to the uterine wall. And obviously, through the umbilical cord and other things, taking from the nutrients of the host, in this case, the mother. They say, fine, it's in connection with this, but this other thing or meaning is completely unscientific, which is the meaning of a congealed blood, because they say it's not blood at all. It's not blood. The composition, the chemical composition of the fetus is not a bloody one. It's not one that is composed primarily of blood. And you see, this is where their argument is going to fall flat on its face, because this again is a weakness of the understanding of the Arabic language. And in fact,
stop. Open your eyes, clean your ears. Mimi Hijab is going to give us an Arabic lesson. He said to David Wood, I know this is coming. You don't speak Arabic, you don't speak Hebrew. Elijah, God is with us.
In fact, a weakness of the understanding of the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself said, he said in the hadith that two things have become allowed for us, or two things which are mayyit or dead, and two things, and he referred to the word daman, two bloods. The word dam in Arabic means blood.
I don't know, I think I skipped part of it because he did mention another scholar. Why I did not hear it? Hold on. He mentioned another scholar. I don't reference. I think I skipped it by mistake. Sorry guys, I have to play it again. But this time I will not skip it, so we can...
Inshallah, today what we're going to be talking about is something which relates to the subject of Qur'an and embryology, and a particular contention which people have, which is that the Qur'an allegedly says, according to these detractors, that I've seen their material on anti-Islamic websites, that the Qur'an, that the human being is made up from a congealed clot of blood, and we know from embryological study that that is not the case. And they say the word alaqa, which is the operative word, the important word, it doesn't mean to cling or to be attached to something, which is what many Muslims of today say, which they say is a superimposition of modern scientific jargon into the vocabulary of the Qur'an. So let's deal with these two contentions one by one. The first thing I'm going to be dealing with, inshallah, is the second thing I've just mentioned, which is the fact that this word alaqa cannot mean something which clings or something which is attached to something else. And that in the vast commentarial tradition and the vast exegetical tradition for 1,400 years, this meaning was unknown to medieval scholars, and this meaning was not used in this way to indicate attachment or connection. The truth of the matter is that is false. That, in fact, medieval scholars from the very early days of Islam were mentioning in their treatises, in their dictionaries and in their exegetical and commentarial works that in fact alaqa does mean to be attached to or connected to. So I'll give you one or two examples. Ibn al-Jawzi, he says this, and he was a 6th century scholar. Al-Asfahani, who has a dictionary.
So, now we got you. Guys, he said Al-Asfahani, he said that too. Aha! Shall we go to Al-Asfahani? Aman Rabbi Aman. If we go to Al-Asfahani, I mean, the funny is, the Muslims are taking the interpretation of the Quran and the meaning of the Arabic word from somebody he is from Iran. He's a Persian. Al-Asfahani. So, Al-Asfahani, brother, he said, brother, okay, I will go and see Al-Asfahani, what he said. Give me a second. What Al-Asfahani said. Let us see. I'm going to open the book of Al-Asfahani. Are you sure, Mimi Hijab, that Al-Asfahani said that? What if Al-Asfahani did not say that, and he said the opposite? I mean, how you are going to fix this scandal, potato? This is the book of Al-Asfahani. Mimi Hijab, I just whipped the floor with your face. This is Al-Asfahani, Gharib al-Quran. And by the way, the page before it, the one I showed you, which one? The one, yeah, the one, it doesn't show page number. It doesn't show page number. Yeah, that website doesn't show page number, but here we see page number. This is Al-Asfahani, and I'm going to switch to translation Arabic to English. Remember, this coward, he is the one who just mentioned to us 2 references to prove his point. Those are not my choice. I am not the one who came with it. I am not the one who made it. I am not the one who chosen it. So you have no excuse, Muslims, to say Mimi Hijab, he chose the wrong one. You make a video, you prepare for it to refute the errors in the Quran, and you mention that you are going to give us 2 examples of early scholars who they say that this does not mean dead blood and solid blood. And guess what? Both of them, they say so. Both of them, they say so. This is Al-Asfahani, volume number 1, page number 343. 343. Let me sing it for you. Al-Asfahani, volume number 1, page number 343. And not only that in one place, no, he repeat that. Al-Asfahani, volume number 1, page number 579. Let us use Google Translation, peace be upon him. It is what? The translation is not too much accurate, but we will go with it. And the leash is solid blood. Guys, does it say solid blood? Does it say solid blood? And from it the baby is made. Do you see it? This is one scholar Now this is, let's say, sorry, Asfahani. Where is the Asfahani? Here we go. This is Asfahani here. Book name مفردات في غريب القرآن. This is the one he chose. He said he have even a dictionary for the Quran. So now we are in the dictionary which Mimi Hijab he mentioned. Very number 1, page number 343. That leash which is attached is a solid blood, which is where the baby is made from, and he's born from it. We will go to the page after just we finish here. Again, Mufradat Gharib al-Quran, the same book for Al-Asfahani. Part number 1, page number 579. Al-Alaqa, which is the attached, the translation is not coming right, which is a solid blood, which is the baby is born from it. And the rest of the scholars, they agree. All the Islamic scholars agree. It's a solid blood, solid blood, solid blood. All those are the solid Muslim scholars. And then this idiot Mimi Hijab, he choose from all of those someone he thought nobody will find their books there. This guy, he have very little tiny small books. He said to himself, it's very hard to find his reference. So how in the world they are going to find the reference for this guy? They will not be able to find it. So let us open the first one and use Google Translation again. And we will share the link with you. The translation is not too much accurate, but what I can do, I mean, this is what we have. However, the important for us, it is a solid blood. That alaqa, which is attached, is a solid blood, and from it, that alaqa, which is the baby is born. All his video here is to prove to us that it doesn't say that, CP. Is that correct? And he agreed, this is no way the Quran saying that. And he is the one, he said, I choose those scholars. It's not me. And now we show you two scholars. Both of them of his choice. And both of them, they say it is blood. And it is solid blood. And this is the reference in front of you. Open it with Google browser. Muslims, how you feel? How you feel that this guy from all the Islamic books, he chosen books to prove that he is a liar? A Muslim in the chat, he said, Christian Prince is a internet scholar. My friend, you cannot refute what I show in the screen. The Muslims, they are very much embarrassed with Mimi Hijab quoting scholars proving the Quran to be wrong. So they try to make a drama about a Christian Prince. The drama is about how stupid your prophet is and how much duct tape you Muslims needed to duct tape his stupidity in the Quran. When your brother, he spent day and night, he spent a lot of time in this video to make this video. To the point his hair grow, his hair is shaved, his hair is gray, grow. I mean, did you notice what happened with this guy? This guy, he spent century preparing for this video. One time his hair is 0. One time his hair is long. And this is what you come with, you idiot? You bring me reference saying the opposite of what you claim? Proving the enemy of Islam to be right, that yes, the Quran says it's a dead blood? When he mentioned to us Ibn al-Jawzi, don't he knew that Ibn al-Jawzi, he say clearly that the word nutfa means semen? Don't he knew? So if this is after studying the case and the video is to refute the errors, if if this is how we refute the error, by quoting the scholars agree with the enemies of Allah. One day I will lose my breath laughing at this garbage religion. And actually, I didn't enjoy really being in YouTube. I didn't enjoy even having people here because most of them, they are fake. But I enjoy spanking the devil, Allah and his prophet with no mercy. My 5-finger print is all over the ass of Muhammad because of the help of Mimi Hijab and Lily Dawah. And be my witness, I am not the one who is giving them the spank. It is by their help. Because if I go and quote Ibn al-Jawzi myself, the Muslim, they say to me, how come you did not quote the other scholars? This guy, he made the video specifically to refute. And he chosen scholars agree supposedly with him. But the second we opened the books, we found they don't agree with him. They agree with the enemies of Islam. This will remind me of the donkey, the ketchup boy. You know, do you remember the video of the $5,000 to bring me